Welcome back to another episode of Drivers4Drivers. I'm Ken Cox. Today we've got Francis Ham.
Hi.
Kenny Kuntz.
Howdy.
Behind the scenes we've got Danny.
Hello.
And we are
Drivers4Drivers.
So last week, episode 5, I guess maybe it's 2 weeks ago, episode 5.
Yeah.
We kind of talked about, and I'm jumping around a lot. We talked about,
That's nothing new.
jump up and get down.
That's right.
I jump around.
That's right.
Talked about budgets, cost per mile, and then we asked for your comment on what your cost per mile is. We had quite a few in there. Josh Sosa, King 7NK. Cost per mile with our program is about $1.10 roughly. He breaks it down as fuel is 55 to 60 cents per mile. Payment and insurance about 30 cents a mile. Maintenance is about 10 to 15 cents a mile. And then it kind of depends on location you get fuel and that kind of stuff. Coming out to about $1.10 a mile.
That's good numbers. That's good numbers. Good job, Josh. And you're right. You're dead on. We're looking at it the same thing on our side of the business as well. And we're right in there, right with you. So that's great. Great job.
Good job.
Get a hold of me, kcox@giltner.com, or comment below, or let me know who you are. For sure, I'm assuming you're Mr. Sosa, but let me know, and so we can get you some Giltner swag.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesomeness. Yeah, I'll put your address there.
We'll eventually have, and I say eventually, but soon we'll have Drivers4Drivers swag, and we'll start giving that stuff out.
That'll be awesome.
I don't have no Drivers4Drivers swag on today. I got one of our sister company swags.
Keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking.
I like that.
Yeah.
Roger Everland was the first one to point out, and thank you, Roger. So I also said hours of service, your 30-minute break needs to be off duty. I was not right. I was wrong. It was that way until 2020, so it's been a few years. Off duty, your 30-minute break can be off duty, on duty, or a combination of both. It needs to be annotated. Bam, this is when I did my 30-minute break.
Well, electronic logs recognize that?
It won't. Because it doesn't know if you're actually doing your 30-minute break. It'll show that you were off for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 2 hours, 9 hours.
So that's going to be confusing.
Yep. If it's not annotated, 30-minute break, then it's going to say, nope, no go. Roger, thanks for doing that.
Yep.
I appreciate that. There were several other drivers that pointed that out as well. Roger was the first one to let me know. And I really am thankful that, we've got these drivers out there that'll, help correct me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's perfect.
Good stuff.
Was episode 5 the episode that we were talking about all the things they add to trailers to add aerodynamics and stuff like that?
Yes. Yes,
And
it was.
So, okay. Because it just made me think of what we were talking about before the show started and what James had said.
Yeah, Mr. McClintock, he had said, so you had mentioned, hey, what are those triangle things on the side of the...
Yeah.
He says they are called air tabs.
Did you Google it?
I didn't.
I'll Google it right now.
That's
see
cool.
if I can find something.
That's cool.
I don't know. So, do they work?
I don't know. I guess air tabs, it must cut the air, right? But
They look ridiculous.
I like the looks of them.
I think they should put a light in every one of them.
James, do you know if they work? Let us know. Comment below. Send me an email. Something. Let us know.
Well, that's cool. At least we know what they're called.
Air tabs.
That's right. Cool. Thanks.
Let's see. Got a whole bunch we can go over. I'm gonna hit on Danny. What is TDC? Here's these acronyms again.
You're not asking to really know what it is because you already know, right? Oh, I know. Okay, good. I'm gonna guess, but I just didn't want him to.
Today's daily carry. I
thought it was too darn cold.
Yeah. What happened? Yesterday was 60. Today is snowing.
Yeah. So TDC is. Can you give me a hint?
It has to do with truck driving.
Truck driving combs. Which is a comb specifically made for truck drivers, they have thicker, stronger hair.
You know, about 90% of bald men still have a comb.
Really?
Yep, they can't part with it.
That makes sense.
TDC, Truck Driving Championship.
Oh, that's right.
Ships.
I did know that.
May 3rd and 4th in
Awesome.
Idaho. Giltner is a big component of that. We need lots and lots of volunteers. If you got family members, that kind of stuff, if you never participated, let us know. We'll get you signed up. But the men and women spend all year long, they're driving. It's hard to become a participant. You got to have, nothing on your MVR. You've got to have the miles. You've got to be safe. There's all these things. And then they come out and they compete. Written test, pre-trip, and then course test all day long. And the course the course looks easy, but it's not. And you scored on various events and, various obstacles, that kind of stuff. Anyway, that's coming up May 3rd and 4th.
I swear we just had him.
We did.
And didn't Dave?
A year ago. And yeah, Dave Shattuck.
Yeah, did really well.
Yeah,
We had a
Butte
couple
to
of really good.
nationals. Yeah. So then from there, they go off to nationals and compete against all the best drivers across the United States.
Yep. Big
So,
deal. It's a big deal.
Pretty cool. Uh-oh, I lost it.
So if you guys have any questions about the TDC, can they reach out to you? And because it would be kind of cool to I wonder if there's anybody that has thought about entering and just hasn't entered before. How do they get entered?
They let us know that they're interested. Then we, check their MVR. We make sure that they check all the boxes. And then we say, yep, you can do this. Or unfortunately, you got the speeding ticket. We can't, you're not able to. And then get you signed up. Go out there and have a heck of a time. There's a lot that goes into it. Magic Valley 911 will be out there. They're the group that puts the flag across the canyon. They're going to come out and help do
Set
color
up the
guard.
ducks.
Set up the ducks. They'll come out there and show our little flag Sarge.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's little. That's the little. That's the parade flag. That takes about 15 people to carry.
It's still big.
It's not small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
And then I brought up TDC. Part of that is with the ITA, Idaho Trucking Association. Alan Hodges will be down this next week. We're going to put together a little thing for TDC. But he spends a lot of time. Right now, our government is in session. Spends a lot of time there fighting for truckers and some of the rules and laws and stuff like that.
Yeah.
One of them being HB 533. Maybe it's HR 533.
No, it's HB. It's Habanero 533.
Habanero
Does
533.
California recognize HB?
HB 533. They do not.
They do not.
They do not. So right now they're it's past the House 64-1. It's going up to the Senate, and what it is, it's the Muffler Bill. Yeah, House Bill. It is. It's HB.
Okay.
House Bill. It's the Muffler Bill, and basically it's allowing Idaho to idle on their off time, which, it's cold out.
Yeah.
You want heat. It's hot out. You
need-
want air conditioning.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can sleep in 80-degree weather. I can't.
I can.
I sit there and sweat. And besides, you're inside your truck, and you got the sun beating down on you. 80 degrees outside is 110 plus inside.
Yeah.
Can't live like that.
And right now, aren't the trucks recycling everything anyways? There's hardly any. It's very minimum.
Zero emissions.
Zero emissions.
Yep.
So what is their reasoning for not allowing the idle? I thought
Couldn't
it would have
tell you.
been emissions.
Scaring the robins.
Well, so that's pretty interesting. That's kind of cool. Is there anything we can do as drivers or?
Yeah, call your representative. Call your districts, call your representative and say, hey, look, I need to idle.
Yeah.
Yep.
We need to do this.
Okay.
It's cold out there right now. It's starting to become spring. Usually it's May flowers, but we're getting February snowish hours.
That's right. That's right.
Snowish
Absolutely.
hours. Which brings us to our safety topic.
You bet. Couple safety topics, I guess. We typically will talk about really truck-related safety items, whether it be tires or brakes or lights, and all the things that we typically look at when we're doing an inspection on our vehicle. I want to talk a little bit more as it relates to the driver. The most important part of the trucking operation. And two things that I think we need to look at as drivers, taking care of yourself. The first thing is going to be your mattress. The mattress that you have in your truck, is it comfortable? Can you get a good night's sleep on that mattress? A lot of times we don't think of that kind of stuff, and we put up with it, even though we know it's uncomfortable, whatever, I'm just going to get a little bit of sleep. But really having a nice, comfortable mattress will enable you to get a good night's sleep to where you can perform better the next day. So that's one thing. If your mattress is worn out, get it replaced. You owe it to yourself to have a good night's sleep and a comfortable place to sleep. So that's one. And then the other thing, I think, for the personal side, I'm going to say eyewear. Even if it's just a pair of sunglasses or something, if they're scratched up, you're straining, looking through them, replace them. Get you a good set of sunglasses. If you have prescription eyewear and they're scratched or broken or something like that, get them replaced. You make sure that the prescription is up to date and they work good for you and your eyes are comfortable. You spend a lot of time looking down that road, and keeping your eyes nice and comfortable while you're doing it is a real important thing. So take care of yourself. There's the safety topic.
I don't hate it.
Yep.
If your CDL says that you need to be wearing corrective lenses, wear them.
Yeah.
Especially if you get pulled into the port or DOT, you need to have those on.
Absolutely.
I always sleep better with a clean truck.
Yes, for sure. I can't sleep in a dumpster.
I can't either.
I always looked at it as if I'm going down the road, if I see my Hollywood sweetheart sitting there on the side of the road and that individual's stranded, she needs a ride. I want her to feel comfortable in my dumpster. So I make it not a dumpster.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Kind of like turning down the radio so you can see better.
See her better.
Yeah.
That is not where I thought that was going. It's like, hey, this is real sweet. He wants to look this best for his sweetheart. And you're like picking up ladies on the side of the road.
Maybe that could have been worded differently.
With the magic of editing, I word it differently.
So if I'm parked, I want to drop my trailer. I want to go down and get me a hamburger. Is there a proper way of doing that?
Yeah, on concrete,
Why?
so it don't sink.
Wait a second. It sinks through asphalt.
It does. I think you got an example, don't you?
Yeah. We had a gentleman last year. It was in New Mexico. But you know what? I really want this burger. He's loaded. He's like, it's asphalt. That's nice. New asphalt. He's like, we can do this. Drops his trailer, takes off, comes back. That trailer is about 4 feet shorter than when he left it. Mm-hmm. His landing gear had gone straight through.
Oh, my gosh.
Couldn't get back underneath it. Had to have a tow truck come out there. It was about $1,100 for him to learn that it needs to be on solid concrete. We've got solid concrete out at the yard. Anybody that comes through there and has gone through orientation is told, put it on concrete, and that works throughout the land.
Mm-hmm.
I never would have thought about not being able to park on asphalt.
Mm-hmm.
That
Rule
blows
of
my mind.
Thumb, since I was young, is if you got to drop on asphalt, you put something underneath the landing gear.
Yeah, dolly pads.
So you can spread that weight out.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, you need to be on hard surface.
Yep.
There is a lot of mud.
It is springtime.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't tell that from today. I keep going like this and looking outside because there's a window over here.
Yeah, you guys can't see that. So is there what? Yeah, so I guess even if you're parking on the side of the road or something like that, I don't know when you need to.
Don't unhook on the side of the road.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if there's a time where you need to unhook on the side of the road, but have something under those that gear. Is what you're saying.
Yes, for sure. It's snowing outside.
Yeah, I blanked.
Well, I just thought you were looking into each other's eyes again.
Again.
Well, I think
We could do that. I mean, we could, and then hit up the other two questions about fuel surcharge
In the next show.
and then breaking down owner operator fixed.
Yeah, and we should probably throw this out. Our schedules have changed a little bit, and we're all in Jerome now, and we're working in Jerome. Just so that the group knows, when we get together, we try to get a couple episodes filmed at a time. So if we don't answer your question, like on the next episode or something, it's because we're filming 2 episodes at a time, so it'll air over 2 weeks. So we don't have to come to town every single week to get an episode done, because we're busy doing other stuff. Sometimes it's hard for us to get together on the same day to be able to come together and film an episode. So I just wanted to address that to everybody, that if you see something like that and it takes a couple of weeks before we get your answer, that's why. That's what's going on.
Well, he said, closing thoughts
For this episode,
for this episode.
I'd just like to remind everybody when they're cleaning out their trailers, if you're doing it at a customer's facility, let's bring a bag back there and clean up after ourselves. Make sure that stuff ends up in a trash can somewhere, not on the ground. We've had a couple of complaints from different customers that they've noticed some nails and wood and stuff out there on their property. They'd like to eliminate that, if at all possible.
Danny, closing thoughts?
I really like what Kenny said.
I do too.
That's my closing thoughts.
Francis.
I want to tag on just a little bit more to what Kenny said. If you're making a delivery and there's damaged product or excess product or something on your trailer, make sure you work with dispatch and your customer service rep so that we can either deliver that product someplace else and or dispose of it correctly. But we want to make sure the customer is very much aware of it prior to doing that. So make sure that you're working with them and don't just go up and drop it into a dumpster or something like that. Let's make sure we're working with that. And then the second part of it is, I want to thank everybody for what you're doing out there every day. Definitely know driving is a tough job. Appreciate everything that you do. You do it very well, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So thank you very much.
As we close this episode, we want to thank you for doing what you're doing out there. Be safe. Remember, you're the eyes and ears on the road. If you see something, say something.
See ya.
See ya.
See you guys.